The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of After Elite, and we got ourselves brand new AEW Tag Team Champions in the main event of Fyter Fest. Hello, everybody, I'm your host for tonight's show. My name is Orlando. I am joined by Seven, as well as Are You Elite's own Gary. How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means.
Yes, it does.
Brian, you make me proud with that perfect tagline. That was perfect. By the way, should I call you Brian or Seven?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, probably going forward a little bit more Seven than Brian, but
this is probably the last time I'm going to use a background. Looks like I have no head at the moment. Well, I got a head, but you know.
Yeah, you're trying to get used to it. Gary just is using his new little iPad for the show for today, so he just needs to. So he has to get some kinks in. So So as I just said, we just crowned ourselves brand new AEW Tag Team Champions with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. How are we feeling about this?
Well, even before the match started, I had said something in the group chat where I was like, I hope it's those two. Little did I know, or did I even expect that they were going to win. There were times when I thought both teams had won or was going to win. Like, this is the first time I've ever went into a match thinking that Young Bucks, it's a done deal, it'll be a good match, but like obviously they're not going to change. Boy, was I wrong. Right. So like there were times when I was like, okay, the Bucks aren't going to win. And I was like, is it going to be Hobbs and Ricky or is it going to be Swerve and Lee? Like it was so back and forth. I had no idea where or how it was going to end. And that's exciting for me.
Yeah, that unpredictability. What say you, Gary? How did you feel about this?
So with all the, shenanigans towards the end of the match, like, it's just amazing that they went above 5 minutes. It's just ongoing, like literally you felt like you were there for that, like seriously. To be quite honest, I really thought the Bucks were gonna win anyway because Brandon got involved. The ref, like Rick Knox, was getting knocked out. The typical Bucks are gonna just cheat to win here, and I said this to Sean Valley before I came on here. This is why AEW wins for me, because of stuff like this. It's great, and I am so damn happy. Finally, since Private Party won the Young Bucks in 2019 with the tag team title tournament, we finally see an unpredictable moment. To me, this match was really predictable, in my opinion, because I thought they were going to set it up with FTR to take the titles off of Young Bucks. But I am so damn happy for Swerve and Keith Lee. So it just, damn, good stuff.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Seven. Sorry about that.
No, I was just going to say I'm a huge fan of Swerve. Like, he's a nice guy. He's obviously so talented. Like, what's not to like?
Yeah, I agree. Like, for me, it's just like, I kind of wanted Ricky and Hobbs because they seem like they were hungry for some gold. I wanted Ricky to be like a double champ, and then Hobbs has his first championship. But I'm happy, with Swerve and Keith Lee. I mean, we were all discussing on the group chat, like we were saying, like it's gonna probably be the Bucks versus FTR for all the belts. Like they could just do all the belts if they wanted to. But before you came on, Gary, me and Seven were saying like maybe they're just gonna do the Bucks versus FTR for the Ring of Honor Championship if they retain the next week's pay-per-view. So I mean that could still happen. So I mean, and then also they could still do like Ricky and Hobbs versus Lee and Strickland for All Out pay-per-view, because of course, their gripe is just like they haven't defeated them, and which is kind of true. They haven't really beaten them as a tag team, so we'll see how that goes. What did you guys think? Like, do you think that's probably a direction they can go?
As long as FTR can keep the belts, I don't care where it goes.
For them to get the redemption, I agree with 7. I'm just going to call you 7 tonight, Brian.
That's fine.
Yeah, so maybe you are the 7th member of the Dark Order for tonight. But anyway, yeah, so I do love how you both are thinking with that. I mean, it would be really cool. So I don't know. I'm really, really shocked with the outcome that we saw in that event.
Agreed.
I agree. So yeah, this main event for Fyter Fest was really smart for them to put this as the main event. I'm happy for that. Let's go into the whole show. The first match that we had was Wardlow versus Orange Cassidy for the TNT Championship. For me, felt like they could have saved this probably for like a pay-per-view or something, but it was a fun match, Both worked really well. I mean, Wardlow was not going to fall for Orange Cassidy's little tricks, So, what say you, Gary, about this match?
If I could be honest, in the beginning, it was very goofy for me. It kind of like, it was like a little bit of a buzzkill, to be quite honest with you guys. Chainsaws and just, I get it for, the entertainment purposes, for this, because that's what Orange is. And then when things were finally picking up, it was pretty fun for sure. It was exciting towards the end, and I just hope this doesn't really hurt Orange. That's just the only thing that I disagree with the booking in this match is you can't ruin the momentum of Orange. And hopefully this doesn't. And Wardlow, he's just going to continue with his title reign. So I don't know. It was good, but it wasn't my favorite match of the night.
Yeah, it was like a little off, right? It was kind of weird and stuff. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that, Gary. What say you, 7?
Normally, I would totally disagree with anything Gary says. No, I'm just kidding. Oh no, usually anything. Yeah, whatever. I actually think this was a decent match. Yes, it had a bunch of shenanigans, which I'm usually not a fan of. I'm not even a fan of most type of promos. I'm very much in-ring oriented. But with that being said, I was really entertained in psychology-wise. It had everything that the match needed. It had goofy parts. It had serious moments. It told the story that it was supposed to do. My hat's off to both competitors as they put on the best match that they could while keeping them both as strong as they could. Naturally, Orange had, took the L. But I don't feel like it was so defeating that it stopped either one of their momentums. And I think that has a lot to do with the story that they told from the beginning of the bell to the end of the bell. Was it my favorite match, like Gary said? No, but it did its purpose, and it's going to bring in viewers that aren't usually hardcore champion or hardcore watchers. Because it's entertaining. Like if I was flipping through channels, I'd be like, wait, there's a chainsaw right there, and this guy's like barely kicking. Like think about it, like barely kicking this guy, and the crowd is fucking going wild. Like I would stay tuned for that. So
Yeah.
And to have it as kind of like a beginning of the show as an opener, which is when a lot of the new people will stay tuned because they went to the bathroom in the last show or whatever. When it gave them an opportunity to just be like, oh shit, like this is actually really entertaining. So yeah, it was what it was, and I think it did a great job for what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, for me, I think they could have built to it. I think this would have probably been a great match in a pay-per-view, in my opinion. And plus, like Orange needed a little bit more build-up before he would have taken on Wardlow. Because I wanted Wardlow to be on a path of destruction, which he's about to be. So I like that they had a little bit of a respect at the end of the match. Like he didn't like do like the, or like they do like the normal thing where they just like betray each other or something like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. I mean, when it comes to the pay-per-view match for Warbo. I think it should just be against a heel, not Orange, in my opinion. But,
Yeah. I
because
mean,
again, you want to show a dominant champion at Warbo is going to be. So,
yeah. I mean, because like Orange Cassidy is a popular character. He's popular with the crowd. Everybody dresses up like him. I mean, because it's like an easy cosplay for everybody. So
I did when I met him, shades and all. So,
yeah, exactly. So
Real quick, I'm going to stop the show and just say thank you to Sarah and referee Bradley for complimenting my hair. I just got my hair did yesterday, girl.
I mean, it's looking
Okay, we can
sharp.
continue.
All right. So then we had, of course, a in-ring promo from Chris Jericho, and then a little promo in the back with Eddie Kingston. So it seems like this match, where they're, what is it, like a barbed wire anywhere match, I think it's called. That's going to be set up. So it seems like it's going to be more blood, more, So how did you guys feel about this build up for their feud?
I didn't really feel like there was much of a build up, I guess. I mean, I guess there's a build up. I mean, yeah. Um, I'm looking forward to the match because I'm really curious to see how dangerous they go. Um, yeah.
What
I
say you,
mean,
Gary?
it was what it was. I mean, it was not perhaps Jericho's best segment to date in AEW. I mean, I get it's hyping for next week's match, but it was okay. It felt like a lot of rambling from Jericho more than anything. So it was what it was. It felt like a filler type segment, in my opinion.
Right. And for me, I kind of like that they mentioned the women because, like, like I said, like they could add women to each of these factions. So I liking that there's a little bit more layers to it because it seemed like Eddie Kingston felt more personal because Chris Jericho got Ty Conti to attack Ruby Soho. So it made it more like personal for him. So, you know, so I'm happy for that, and also it'll give like a little rub to Ty Conti and Ruby Soho because they're being mentioned in like a main event type of feud, in my opinion.
I do like that, yes.
hmm And next up, let's just talk about. I think this is the match of the main event. I think was the match of the night. This is the second match of the night, which was John Moxley versus Tanahisha. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name. Yeah,
Takashka.
yeah, Tashka. Yeah, sorry about that. So,
Looks
I
like a
mean,
sustained shit up, though.
yeah, I know, right? I don't want to say it wrong. That's the thing. So, um, they were beating the crap out of each other. I was like wondering, like, where did they got like cut and stuff? Like, I was like, it was like it got very bloodied. So, what did you think about it, Gary?
Takashka, now I'm butchering his name. Takashka really, really just proves to me that the damn kid is so talented. Like, it's out of this world. Um, was I impressed by the match? Absolutely. John really shows that he's just really, one of the best, for sure. This could be a dream match for some. And when I posted it on Are You Elite, everybody was ecstatic for the match. And just like I'm getting messages at this moment on Are You Elite, it's great. For everybody, yeah. Hold on. I might have to put that in mute. Like, literally, I got a lot of messages coming through. Anyway, guys. So, yeah, I'm very, very thankful to see this match, between the two. And this leads me to a perfect segue for Seven. Seven, who do you think is in line for John now?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't know. Um,
Yeah,
who's in line? It really depends. Claudio.
maybe.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of who they're trying to build really quickly. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with them doing that with Claudio. I mean, he's amazing. He's the first person that comes to mind, but I don't. Oh wait,
Oh, they're part of
no.
the faction, so yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense.
I mean,
I
but
don't know.
yeah. I don't know who they want to face Moxley yet because I don't know if maybe Punk is gonna come back. I mean, they just announced, All Out like week for in September in Chicago. Damn
You don't want to
Chicago.
hear my opinion on that.
you know. So I don't know if maybe Punk is coming back soon or you know.
That would actually make a lot of sense that Punk would be back because they're one going to Chicago. Imagine the pop that he would get if he wins the title back. Like everything is set up for CM to come back and win there. And honestly, I'm all for it.
Right, I am too. So, but I mean, like John Moxley, like he's been having amazing match after amazing match after amazing match. I don't know why some people are commenting that he's not. Like, I don't know what matches are you seeing from him. Are you watching like probably his previous WWE run? But this run that he's having, he's been killing it ever since like he came back from his sobriety. So to all those haters, watch his matches again, please, because he's been killing it. You know. So next up, we had, of course, Claudio versus Jake Hager. We had a little post WWE type of match in AEW ring, and I had to say these two worked really well with each other. What say you, Stefan? How did you feel about this matchup?
Um,
Hager sucks. Is that right, Seven?
no, I will never say that about somebody who steps in the ring.
I know. I'm just being sarcastic.
I'm trying to think of how I could word this. So, yes, I think that Claudio was the perfect person to work with Jake. I'm actually curious. Did they used to work together before in WWE?
Yes, they were together as a tag team called the Real Americans. So that's why.
Okay,
So that's
I
why
do
they
remember that
heard like
briefly.
the "We the People" type of chants. So
Okay, so that actually makes a lot of sense to me now because seeing Jake in matches before in his past or his recent AEW run, I haven't necessarily been drawn to him. But like the match that he had with Claudio, they had a lot of chemistry, and so naturally I was drawn to both of them, which was great because I was looking at like Jake. Oh wow, this is really interesting. So for me, their chemistry is what made that match, and for me, I liked it. Like it served its purpose.
My opinion, besides me being sarcastic a moment ago,
Okay.
I thought this was really good. I do agree with Seven. Like their chemistry is really good for sure. Um, I'm not the biggest Hager fan, but I mean, he showed really, really good promise tonight. This is his first match, literally since I think Stadium Stampede or whatever it was called.
mm,
I felt like it was Oh, wait a minute. Was that JAS's match or whatever? It
I
just,
think so.
he hasn't wrestled much, so I don't know.
Yeah.
mhm.
But yeah, Claudio, this is what I love about him being in another company because now he can show what he's more capable of. Doesn't matter if you're his age, which he's in his close to his mid 40s. The guy looks so
He's 41, I think.
Yeah,
41.
he's in his 40s. Yeah, like
Okay,
he's in his early 40s.
but it looks good. I like Jason Statham.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying that he looks like him and stuff. Like everybody forgets that Jake Hager had a good run in WWE. He was a world champion, which of course he rubs it in Claudio's face. I mean, his certain bookings affected him. I mean, like when he first started, I think he was supposed to be destined to be like kind of like a hybrid of like Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, but they didn't know what to do with him regarding about that. They didn't want to know if they wanted him as like a machine or they wanted him to be a little silly and stuff. But I like this direction that he's in right now, where he's kind of like, of course, like a killer in a sense. I think that's what like Jericho wanted him to be, you know. And like he worked well with Claudio, because I think they had matches before, so they've had good matches together. So I think they're good friends. So I'm happy for both of them to have this type of run again with in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So next up, we had of course Christian and Luchasaurus come out, and then they were Of course, Luchasaurus had a match with Griff Garrison from the Varsity Blondes. And I'm glad that they brought this up because Griff Garrison does look like Jungle Boy.
Wait, it looks
Some
like
of that.
boobs.
Like Jungle Boy, does he not look like Jungle Boy? Like a little taller version of Jungle Boy?
I mean, yeah, I would think more Tarzan, but yeah, like I get the reference, but
No. Of course, Jungle Boy is supposed to be like a version of like a young Tarzan in a sense. But
yeah, I think that I mean that's what I'm saying. I think like the Tarzan aspect is there, but like if you put them side by side, do I think that they look like one another? No, just the fact that they carry the essence of
yeah,
Tarzan.
yeah. Well, that's why Christian brought it up to Luchasaurus, and that's why Luchasaurus destroyed him. And of course, Christian couldn't get away from mentioning somebody else's father towards, Brian Pillman Jr.'s own father. What say you, Gary, about this?
Well, Heel Christian's at it again this week. Gosh, he's really killing it with being a heel right now. Good gosh. Just shows that he can really match up, with one of the best current heels in the game. So, as for Luchasaurus in the match, he did kill Jungle Boy 2.0. So,
Mhm.
but match was okay. I mean, I did, even when they announced that Luchasaurus was going to be in a match, I
Mhm.
knew it was going to be a squash. But again, it's making Luchasaurus, that good as a heel as well. And I'm really liking the duo. I really, really am. But like Seven said last week or the week before, why does he have the black mask? But okay. He needs to change that up, probably.
Ooh,
Did you
wait,
say
what?
that
What did I
also?
say? Wait, what?
Luchasaurus, he's wearing a black mask. Like he's saying to change that up, like his mask.
Oh, I don't think I said that.
No. That's what Gary is saying.
Oh,
You
I
mentioned
was like,
like
what?
just thinking about it now, it doesn't make sense for him to wear a black mask. Like if he's gonna really be a dinosaur, he needs more of a different color.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Maybe
just like,
he's an instinct one.
yeah, exactly. We'll see. I mean, like, I think they're building up to when Jungle Boy returns to get that huge pop, and then because I'm thinking their match is probably going to be set up for All Out. I think they're like Jungle Boy's being killed up so that way he'll face Christian Cage at All Out. So, what say you, Seven?
I mean, I think that Brian had the best like tag afterwards. After he went through the table, he posted something on his story saying, "But at least I'm tan and I look buff." So kudos for that clap back. Um, the match was what it was supposed to be. I definitely don't mind Christian as a heel. Uh, there's easier ways to get heat, but that's how they're going to choose to do it. So okay, cool. Um, I, it was what it was.
Right, exactly. All right, and now they had the little segments for the women. They had like two backstage segments. First, of course, Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm. Thunderstorm were doing an interview. Thunder Rosa was getting excited that she wrestled in Japan, and then here comes Britt criticizing, of course, the women's division, and then decides to bring out a sandbag. Right? I just,
That's how you do heel work.
I
That's how you do heel work.
I was like, I was kind of there with her until she brought the sandbag. I was like, you're gonna do my girl Rosa like that? I was like, ah. And
It
you saw
felt
Rosa,
so
she
good.
was.
It felt so
I'm
good to
sorry.
see Baker though. Like
Yeah.
man, like I who the hell was I telling this to? I don't remember, but it was part of a predictions group that I'm a part of, and I was saying in that
Hmm.
group chat, like, my gosh, we really need Britt Baker. And lo and behold, there she was tonight. So
Hmm. I mean, she said that she gave a chance to everybody, and everybody was going down and stuff. That's not really how it goes. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but also, we did have a backstage segment with the baddies. So it seems like Jade is going to be watching Chris Statlander and Athena have a little tag match. So we're probably going to set up a three-way match maybe soon, hopefully. And of course, Jade doesn't like her new baddie. She doesn't want to consider her as a baddie. It seems like with Layla Gray. What say you guys?
I love Layla Gray. Like, I mean, I'm sure like, Jade backstage probably does too, but like, Layla's really good. Like, in the past 3 months, she's been on Raw, AEW, SmackDown, I think. Maybe getting that mixed up. Um,
She's the current
she's,
OVW Women's Champion. I mean,
mhm.
I was gonna say, ask Orlando.
Yeah. I mean, she's great. Like, I hope she gets signed
mhm. I mean,
after. Go ahead.
we'll see. I mean, like for me, I think I like that if they decide to have like a baddie for the week, because of course Red Velvet, she's injured. Get well soon, Red Velvet. Maybe they could do like a baddie for the week if they want to do that. So, what do you think, Gary? What say you about this segment with Jade?
I mean, it was what it was, you know. I mean, it's good that Jade is still on camera, even if it's just for a segment, because I mean, at least she's there every week, even if it's a segment, match, whatever. I mean, I'm glad that Jade is there some capacity. Yeah, we shall see how this continues for the storyline with Athena and Chris. Um, so it was what it was. I mean, it's always a treat hearing her saying "cut the shit." So
Yeah, of course. Cut the shit. And of course, we then had our women's match, which was Anna Jay versus Dorina Deeb, which I have to say, Anna Jay looked really good in this match with Serena Deeb. You know, I
Hmm.
think she needs to work with women that are already like season trained, because if it's somebody that's like also like new like her, that's where like the disconnect happens. You know, like that's always how it is with some women. Like they work well with ones that have been working for years. So, Seven, what say you about this match?
I agree. I mean, it's one of my favorite matches from Anna Jay. I mean, Serena's amazing in anything she does. Like, she's the new Dean Malenko as far as the woman of 1,000 holds and
Oh my God.
reverses. She's definitely one of the best technical wrestlers. I don't even mean female technical wrestlers. She's point blank one of the best technical wrestlers in the world of professional wrestling.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. Like it had its moments where I was like, oh shit, I don't know who's gonna win this one. Who are they gonna give it to? But obviously, we all saw uh, Serena D Deeb get it, and it was a good match.
Yes. What say you, Gary? How did you feel about this match?
honestly, within 2 minutes, it made me love the match even more because I get a text from my mother that's 1,400 miles away that a girl is on TV.
Oh,
I,
she's a fan of Anna Jay. That's good.
well, she met Anna Jay last summer with me, and she's been a
Oh,
big fan ever since.
oh, that's
So
good.
she really loves Anna.
Mhm. I, by the way, speaking about mothers, I think Anna Jay's family was there because I think that was her home state or something like that.
Yep, in Georgia. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that, yeah. And then the crowd was really behind her. So I was really happy about that. So, and of course, Serena wins with a tap out, but then she didn't let go until Mercedes Martinez came out to take her out, to set up their little feud for their pay per view match coming up is it next Saturday? I
Two
think it is.
weeks. Hmm.
No, yeah, exactly. So, are you excited for this match? What say you guys? Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Seven. I didn't
Yes.
mean to take
No,
over.
no, no. You're fine. Yes. I am very, very excited about this match because I mean, Mercedes Martinez has been in the game since I've been watching wrestling, right? And I
Hmm.
think I'm actually older than her, but like as far as my watching career, she's been in it and she deserves all the accolades. Like she's a badass. So I'm glad that she's getting the spotlight that she deserves. And then, I mean, we have Serena, who's also just amazing. So I fully expect this to be an outstanding match.
I agree. I agree. I mean, they also did announce other matches for the Ring of Honor pay per view, which is coming up. They have, of course, Daniel Garcia versus Willer Yuta for the Pure Championship.
That is going to be so good.
I think so. Yeah, I
Gosh,
think. Oof,
that right there should be possibly the main event. I mean, that's just how big of a match to me it is. Like, it's gonna be good.
I mean, for that one, then of course the tag championship, which is FTR versus the Briscoes. I mean, that could be a main event. Also, Jay Lethal versus Samoa Joe. And when Jay Lethal came out and he cut that promo, I was just like, whew, he's ready. He's ready to taste Ring of Honor gold again. You know, I was just
Yeah.
like, I was feeling it.
And I thought about this too, man. When AEW announced tonight they're going to be in Albany. If I was still back home in Vermont, literally, I would be so broke with AEW because I was originally going to go to the Worcester show,
Hmm.
and then I would have most likely gone to the Low show for Ring of Honor, and then of course, for the other Dynamite in Albany. So, yeah, wait, hold on. They got so much Northeast shows these next couple of Death, Death Before Dishonor in Lowell, Massachusetts, which was like only an hour and a half away from me. Then I would have saw Dynamite in Worcester, Mass, and then I would have saw Dynamite again in Albany. So I would have been so damn broke.
Right.
A commitment, folks. A commitment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still waiting for them to get their HBO deal. I mean, come on now, bring us some little Ring of Honor kind of TV.
Library, man, it needs to happen, Orlando.
I know. I'm still crossing my fingers, with that HBO deal. Come on, HBO execs. Come on, where you at? Give them the deal. Give them a little streaming platform for Ring of Honor at least. So, alrighty.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why they ended up purchasing Ring of Honor, because it's going to add to their. I mean, it's AEW's a new company. They don't have the biggest library, and that's okay.
Mhm.
But that's what an awesome added bonus if you get all of Ring of Honor too.
Yeah, pretty much. Alrighty, I think that will cut it for us tonight. Thank you very much for all that have joined us. Please don't forget to subscribe, listen to us on Spotify, all your podcast platforms. We're all over. We also have an interview with the Rat King. Sarah just did an interview with the Rat King. Also, we just debuted a brand new show, which we're going to probably be starting doing a lot of sports. So catch those type of episodes coming up soon. And we're going to probably be doing a lot more After Elite type of shows. Go ahead, guys. Tell your information so everybody can get a follow.
You can follow me on Twitter at 7Alexander with 2 X's. Yeah, that's pretty much anywhere that I am.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What about you, Gary?
Yeah, definitely go to AEWRU Elite on Face. And what am I missing? Oh, you were pointing 7, so I didn't know.
Oh no, I was just pointing towards Gary, and then I got distracted because it looked really weird on my camera. Anyways.
I was like, wait a minute, what? Before I just do my little thing here, I would like to say thank you for Nicholas. So obviously, I'm going to share this stream because he just made me think of something. Anyway, this follower named Nicholas, I guess he was at tonight's show, and I guess there was the return of Bobby Fish and a few other talents that we have not seen in a while. So it looks like some injuries are finally, settling down. So thank you very much, Nicholas. Here on Bucklebomb, I really appreciates that. With that said, guys, yes, go to AEWRU Elite. Some new things going on there. Very excited that I announced. It will be the Elite Fan of the Month starting this September. That will be handpicked by me because of the frequent followers. It's amazing. And then the winner would actually receive a T-shirt, and I will be happy to announce the first T-shirt will be an Eddie Kingston one. So
nice.
That will be purchased on Friday, so the winner will receive that. And we're doing the end of the month awards for AEW as well, based on best matches, segments, so on and so forth. But that's pretty much what's going on there. And if you want to join a predictions league, I'm a GM on there. Join your Global Predictions League with me and Sean Bell. There you go.
That's awesome. And don't forget, you can follow me at Twitter at _Orlando Rego. Thank you guys for joining us. And until next time, bye bye.